a question that I've been getting a lot. People are really seriously thinking about getting to the digital space, thinking about maybe getting out of their corporate job, thinking about if they're like a coach or an author or speaker, thinking about coming out with a blog or redoing their website, or they're thinking about doing an ebook, but they're not quite sure. They're like, Angelique, how do I know that this is really going to work for me? And so I feel like this is like the biggest barrier, right? It's like this. It's like, Angelique, if I come out, is it going to work for me? I know it's worked for you and it's worked for all these other people, but what about me? Is it going to work for me? So I thought I'd give you more of a roadmap, a checklist, and you can just start checking these things off. If you're not there yet, get there. But this is what I found has helped me make it in the digital space. I was just like you. Let's all be clear on that. I was just like you guys, trying to figure out, could I make it in the online space? And there was many a times I didn't know. I did have a coach at the time. I've had more than one coach. And so don't let that discourage you. If one coach doesn't work out for you, it's okay to get another coach, and nothing wrong with that. I've had plenty of coaches. I have several coaches, and each coach was good at something, right? And you pull from their strengths, and then if they're not strong in every area, find those other strengths. But please make sure, if you can, to get a coach. But that's not what I'm seeing are the common denominators, and I'm seeing those parallels, so I wanted to share those with you guys. So first and foremost, if you are taking notes, this is the first one. You really got to be willing to listen to your audience. Okay, because a lot of times we know the pain, but we know all the issues. I was just in a mastermind today, and we were agreeing with that. Like, sometimes we're so close to the issue that we're not listening. We're remembering what we were going through, but you really got to ask your clients what they need help with. Like, when you're creating something, make sure you're creating it for your audience, not for yourself. You know, it's more so asking. So that's polling, asking more than one person what they need help with. So just because your aunt or your cousin is having issues with that, it doesn't mean a whole mass of people are need help with that. You really need to find out, and you can do this by taking a poll on Instagram or on Facebook, in Facebook groups, or on YouTube or wherever. You can just do a poll and really find out, hey, if you need help with dating, what do you need help with dating? Is it online? Is it once you're on the date? Like, find out what is the actual pain point. If people are having, trouble with cryptocurrency or how to get into stocks, find out where are they at. Are they beginners and they know nothing? Or maybe you've got people who are already seasoned, but they're like, I want to take it to that $1 million level. I've been at the $100,000 level. Like, you got to really figure out what is that area, because a lot of times we are just going off of what we need help with, and that's not what the masses need help with. So that would be my first thing. One of the best ways that I was able to make it in the online space is when I first came out, I polled, I think, 10 or 15 women. That was my audience at the time. I worked with women who were looking to get out of corporate America at the time. I polled them and I found out what their issues were. I knew what my issues were when I was coming out of corporate America, but I found there were some things that I was aware of, but there was something, because I'm not a mom yet. I do want to be a mom, but there was a lot of women who were dealing with mom guilt. That was one of the biggest things in the beginning. I wasn't talking about mom guilt, but a lot of women in corporate America had mom guilt. I would have never known that except I polled them. So when you're trying to figure out, can you make it in the online space? The answer is yes. But, and it's a big but you've got to really be open to asking your clients and your audience what they want. And once you find out what they want, create that product, okay? So don't just create the product for you, create the product that they actually want. The next point that I wanted to make is that you have to create a product that actually gets your clients results, okay? So that's the other thing. A lot of times and people are always concerned about this too, like, Angelique, I don't know if it'll work for other people. It worked for me. But will it work for other people? It is our job as course creators, as people who come out with blogs, as people who are coaches, consultants, all this other stuff. It is our job. We do have to get our clients results. So that's big. So let's make sure that what we're creating actually is getting people results. You know why? Because once you can get testimonials that, yes, working with Sally, I was able to lose 12 pounds in 12 days. Like, you want those testimonials. Why? Because we can use that for marketing purposes later. You guys, so we got to come out with a good product. So when you have a mediocre product or it doesn't really get results, let's tweak it. Let's make it better. This is how you can definitely make sure you're coming along and you'll do great in the online space. When I was first coming out, all I did was help people create online courses. As I got better, I was able to help them market, and I was able to now take it on my team and they can build the course. I didn't have that in the beginning. Now I'm going to do, so the better and better I got, the better and better my business did, right? But I had to make my product good. At first it was good. I had to make it great. I had to make it better than everybody else's out there. And I did that, one, by listening to my audience. Where were they getting stuck? They were, hey, Lady Crawley, what's going on? Where were they getting stuck? Once you figure out where they're going to sit, hey, good hair, good body. Good to see you guys on here. But again, if you're looking at if you really want to make it in the online space right now, you got to make sure you're listening to your audience. What do they need help with? And then create that particular product. Make sure that product gets them results, right? If we get people, what I said, because you really want to be known as the go-to. Like, you want to be the go-to. Like, hey, if you need help with, your hair, go to Good Hair, Good Body. Like, you want to be that go-to person. The only way you're going to be able to do that is if you listen to what your audience needs and then provide a good product. The next thing is, you guys, and I know I'm going to get a little static about this one, but it's true. You got to be willing to promote and market your services, you guys. You got to be willing to tell people, what's the point in having this great product, this great blog, this great book, this great ebook, this great course, but then when it comes to marketing, no, you guys don't want to tell people about it. You got to be willing to tell people about it. If you are not willing to do it, then you just need to pay somebody to do it for you. But how are people going to know that you even exist if you don't come out? Like, I think that's the biggest problem right now when people aren't getting sales. Just people don't know about you. People don't know I need to create another business and get service out there. Yes, Lady Crawley, you definitely do. Because I see all your stuff online now. Where's your product? Would love to be of service to you and help you promote that. But the biggest thing, you guys, is you got to be willing to promote. You got to be willing to you got to be willing to tell people. I have so many clients and they create the course. It's a great course, and then they're scared. Well, what if and what? Let's not worry about that. Let's just get it out there. You actually do help people grow their hair. Okay, so let's show people how to do that. You literally do help people with their marriages. Okay, so come on. It's nothing wrong with putting yourself out, but you got to be willing to do that. How do we do that? You can do that with, social media. That's a great way to do it. That's the main way I built my business. But yeah, you guys, you got to be willing. And how do we promote it? Through social media. You could do lives like I'm doing right now. You could do it live and just come on. You don't have to be on for 10 or 20, 30 minutes. Just be on for 5 and tell people, hey, I help people grow their hair. And this is what I do. I do it with natural herbs and vitamins. Or, hey, I help people, slim down and drop a dress size so they can fit into their wedding dress. Or, whatever your thing is, get out there. Do it live. If you don't want to do live, you can do a pre-record. You could pre-record and put it up. Kind of looks like a live. You're not able to interact with people, but it's still video. Video's really, really priceless right now. Video is king right now, I gotta say. But if you don't like to do video, just do some static posts where you put some bullet points of what you help people do. But you guys, this is how, if you're really wondering, like, Angelic, can I make it in the digital space? Yes! Oh my gosh, 1,000 times. Yes, you can make it in the digital space. You got to make sure you're in tune with your audience. You got to provide a good product, and you got to promote. And then the last but not least, got to be consistent. You guys, you have to be consistent. And I know that everybody says that, but I would just garner you to just think, like, are you being consistent? And if you are not being consistent, maybe you just need to ask for help. Maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you do need a coach. Maybe you do need somebody who can, gauge for you, like, okay, let's look at your calendar for this week. Oh, good. You guys are following each other. Yes. Good Hair, Good Body is the best. I scrub my face with her exfoliant. It's a beautiful thing, and it smells good too. But yeah, you guys, you got to really be consistent and really treat this like it's a real business. Okay. And when something isn't working for you, be willing to pivot. I'll be honest with you guys, I had a tough March. I had to pivot, right? I had to bring somebody else on my team, and I had to try different marketing things, and I'm still trying the new marketing things. So don't be so willing to give up. That's the other thing. We can't just give up when things aren't working for us. So this is how you'll really make it in the online space. You guys think about it. I started in 2019. I didn't make any money that year. I think I made $47 if I'm being honest. And it wasn't until 2020, once COVID hit and things kind of opened up and there was Clubhouse and all these other opportunities for me, things began to open up for me. So if I would have given up at the first time when things didn't work out, I would have been saying no to this. Can creating a digital product work for me? I would have had to say no. But because I've learned what it did take, I can bring it to you guys. So again, it's really figuring out who that audience is and getting in front of that audience and giving them what they want, not guessing about it, really asking them, what do you guys want? And then providing that information to them. Then you got to have a good product. The next thing is that you have to be willing to promote it. If you can't promote it, pay somebody to promote it, but somehow, some way, people have to learn about you. What do you guys think? Pepsi, Coke, McDonald's, Burger King, Nike, they all promote. Otherwise, we would forget about them, right? We wouldn't even know about them except that they have commercials and ads. We don't necessarily have to have ads because we got social media and we can do it for free. And then lastly, just run this like a real business. Can you make it creating a digital product? You can.